Welcome to Board Ghost, a story broadcast with games as the engine.
If living is a highway, then heaven is a bus stop. Been waiting for a minute there, but has it been forever?
We believe you're out there, hungry for stories for shared experiences. We can't see you, can't hear you, yet we will play for you. This night's offering is a new game. We're playing Goblin Quest by Grant Howitt. I believe it was kickstarted, and it's got a lot of extra goodies packed into the back. You can get it as PDF, and you can also get a hard copy of the game. So if you want to learn how we generate our story playing a game of Goblin Quest, you can go check out our Goblin Quest rules primer that we'll put up around the same time this episode goes up. Our players, myself, John Holt, with me.
Breese.
Tim Rodriguez.
All right, welcome back, Tim. All right, so Goblin Quest, the first thing we're going to do is generate our goblins, and then we'll generate our quest. A little bit of backstory on this game, just so we know what it is. We're all in a big war camp, and the goblins sort of emerge from this goblin mud pit. The overlords are these wizards. The top line is inscrutable and strange. They're just weird, twisted by their magics, like unto gods or some sort of like super kings to the goblins, beyond understanding. To truly kill a wizard, you have to find his or its phylactery, an item or creature that holds part of its soul, and destroy it too. They can be rings, stone hearts, or magical swords, or noble ghost pegasi. Low-ranking wizards who aren't very good at magic usually make do with their keys. Low-level wizards are the ones that are kind of like intern level, who do sweeping and are the ones who kind of are in charge with programming the goblins.
That's right.
And pulling them out of the ground.
The
Where the wizards
bugbears?
hang out in this black tower in the camp, the brutes hang out. I mean, they're in charge of the weapons, so that they probably kind of hang out in around wherever the weapons are.
Oh, I got you.
And they're like, they're just big, stupid bruisers. And they're basically too strong. They're really, really stupid. Note is like power stupid. They're so stupid that most mind control magic doesn't work on them because it just passes through and goes out the other side. This makes them excellent at beating up elves, gnomes, and other soft sorcerer types. So orcs are sort of like, they see the goblins as little cousins, and their affection towards their cousins, as most of their affection is in hitting.
Yep.
And
A lot
so,
of physical
which is very,
affection.
very deadly too.
A lot of
Hobgoblins in this world are sort of like the bureaucrats and the accountants. Extremely boring, part fey, and they're kind of ashamed about that. But they're also kind of like proud of the fact that they were kicked out of Fairy for being boring. And they live in the Grey Wards, like a series of buildings in the west side of the camp.
I love it.
They document a lot of stuff, or have like all sorts of weird, like the multicolored things or lights that fly around their heads.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
sort of like, but they just wear like heavy gray robes to hide all that stuff.
Right.
Because they're kind of ashamed of it.
They're ashamed of their feyness.
Their trappings of success are how many pairs of glasses they have to read small print and check forms. The more glasses, like the more types and thicker the glasses are.
Yes.
So like if you have multiple monocles
That's how
of
you
varied
know.
thickness,
That's how you know.
that's higher rank. you
Higher
are.
ranking.
Then you also have the bugbears, and they live in this sprawling
Village?
dun inn. It's
like a
it's the only
massive-
inn in the place, but it's like a big sprawling, like it's almost like a little town unto itself.
Yeah.
It's like a
This-
Vegas hotel.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's a
and
huge-
so they basically just love to gamble and steal from each other and everyone else.
So, yeah, totally a Vegas hotel.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And there are tunnels beneath the dun inn that run to almost every other place in the camp.
Like Vegas
Often-
hotels.
Yeah, often bypassing defenses and guards. Of course, they're full of mangy dogs that the bugbears use in pit fights. So you really have to weigh the odds before you think about using them.
Yep.
Like,
So the goblins themselves are like, they're noted here as an ancient experiment in magical slave labor. They're spawned from pits that were built under the Great Battle Camp long ago. For goblins, because their lifespan is so short, like even though the camps maybe been here for like 7 years, to them that's like the early
Eons.
times.
Eons. Yeah.
For those 5, I'll go through all 5 of the goblin fun facts. They live on average for about a week. It's said that Mogwak, the ancient goblin king, lived for 11 days.
Whoa,
But that's
Mogwak.
just a myth. Goblins don't die of old age. They just attract enough unwanted misery that events transpire to kill them within a week. It's unclear whether this is a quirk of their magical construction or just fatal incompetence on their part. Goblins are delicious. This is a problem for most goblins
Yep.
throughout their short lives.
Yep.
Goblins are magically imprinted with knowledge and skills whilst they're forming in the ground. However, there isn't a lot of space in a goblin brain, and the imprinting spells are all out of date, and those unpaid part-time interns keep messing with the inputs. Goblins can meet almost anything. This is useful because no one feeds them, so they have to take what they can get,
Yep.
but also redundant because they gain no nourishment for food. They come out with all the energy they need built in. As such, most goblins only eat out of joy, spite, or as when it's required as part of a convoluted disguise. Goblins are light and remarkably aerodynamic, making them a useful throwing weapon for orcs. A skilled orc can fell an opponent at 100 paces with a well-aimed goblin. Most orcs prefer to use throwing axes, as unlike goblins, they can be reused. That's our skinny on this world that we're in. We're kind of... All right, so we've generated our task and we've generated our clutches of goblins. Or the overall quest is going to be to get the demon baby ready for its reveal at the unholy wedding. As I guess may be appropriate, a demon has copulated with an orc and they've had a baby, but you are not allowed to reveal the baby until you are fully married.
Indeed.
In this
That would be unlucky.
unholy matrimony.
Wizards rules.
Yeah. So we've been tasked with keeping the baby hidden and getting it ready for its reveal at the unholy wedding. So task 1 is going to be get the clothes for the baby. So we need to sneak into the human town, find enough baby clothes, and get out of human town with those clothes.
And or babies.
And or babies with the clothes on. Not
Yeah.
a discernment there. The second task is clothe and prep the baby. So we're going to have to desecrate or, unholily consecrate the clothes. Then we're going to have to soothe the demon baby before we are able to do wardrobe, hair, and makeup for the demon baby.
Indeed.
Final task is presenting the baby at the wedding. So first things first, we got to find and get to the wedding. Then we need to rig up the baby in the rafters for its big reveal. Then we need to reveal the baby as soon as that orc kisses the bride, as soon as the bride and groom consummate in front of the group with a kiss.
That's when the
There
big
it is.
reveal happens.
That's when the big reveal happens. So that is our task. Tim, why don't you start us off? What is your clutch?
We are the Butterboots. Our expertise is jumping. Our clutch's quirk is that we all have enormous feet, and we dream of being sartorialists. The first goblin that I'll be playing is Vindaloo of the Butterboots,
Yeah.
who's wearing some sporty attire.
And what is your ancestral heirloom?
Oh, we have the darning needle of wizard fashion.
Ken, why don't you go? What's your...
Sure.
what's your-
My clutch are known as the Plugfinger. Plugfingers have an expertise with water. Their quirk is that they all have a third eye. They dream of building a drainage system. My first up, his name is Jib, and he has a mohawk made out of moss. He has one sandal on, and he carries around a dog's tail that he found on the ground.
All right. And that's his defining feature?
His
Dog's
defining
tail.
feature is his moss mohawk and
Oh, nice.
dog's tail. Also, the ancestral heirloom that the Plugfingers have is the plunging stick.
Oh,
It is not a plunger. It is only a stick.
it's just a stick.
Just the plunging stick, not the plunger itself. There's a plunging
Nice.
stick, though, and we have it.
All right. My clutch are the squishy. Their expertise is being tripped on.
Nice.
Their quirk is they are one-eyed. Their dream is to get to the highest point and look out. Their ancestral heirloom is the one glove to hold it all. Gauntlet. The first guy in the order is Spew or Spoo. He weeps constantly. That's his defining feature out of his one large eye. The last part of generating our quest is to decide how to get rerolls. So we get to choose one method below. All players can use it. So there's the lucky ear. Goblins, as unlucky as they are, have one saving grace, a lucky ear. Much like the foot of a rabbit, all of goblins' luck has been concentrated into their left ear, making it incredibly lucky. Each and every goblin can opt once to use their lucky ear and re-roll a roll they just made. So that is our quest. Those are our goblins, and we're going to do our goblin quest. A new day dawns on the great battle camp. The orcs march in a square outside their barracks, the hobgoblins file and cross-reference in the Grey Wards, the bugbears plot and scheme in the Dun Inn. Above it all, the black tower of the wizard stands proud, holding the wicked sorcerer generals that command the armies to the war. And underfoot, in the dank caverns under the world, in the green pits, spawn the goblins. The goblins are bred for war, for cannon fodder, for hopeless attacks, for death. You are a goblin. You have a week to live, and you're going to make a mark. You're going to undertake a goblin quest. Yeah, we'll kind of set the scene. So we know that we've been given this mewling, like orange-red,
Yeah.
horned,
demon, half
winged,
orc.
scaly demon baby thing.
It's almost, is it as big as us?
Easily, yeah,
It's-
easily.
it's
Like it takes two of us
yeah,
to
it's
carry
like
it.
as big as us, right? Yeah, so it takes two of us to haul this thing around.
Yeah, so we're just kind of in our little like hovel, like our basically a rag pile lean-to with this baby. We got to get into the human town. So, do we bring the baby with us into the human town?
We can't leave it behind.
I don't know.
We would lose it.
We'll put it in the mud.
I don't know. Do you think we'll lose it if we I could crawl away?
Let's tie it down.
Rope doesn't make very good fashion statement.
I don't have any rope. Do you?
Just thread.
We'll put a rock on it.
Yeah, rocks will work.
We'll weigh the baby down.
We'll throw it with rock.
Didn't we try putting a rock on somebody else the other day?
I don't remember.
We'll give it a rock to play with.
Hey, that shiny rock. We take shiny rock.
Where's the tiny rock?
I don't have a shiny rock.
Me either. Let's just put a heavy rock on it.
Can you lift a heavy rock?
Yeah, we should lift it together.
It'll take all three of us. I can imagine.
Or maybe just one of us.
Wait, but if picking up a rock takes 3 of us and picking up a baby only takes 2 of us, doesn't it make more sense to take the baby?
It's the same number.
I don't understand anything you're saying right now. So we're taking the baby.
Oh, wait.
What
Shh.
if we take the rock?
Oh, I like that idea.
Okay, yeah. All right,
take the
baby, you
rock.
stay here.
We'll take this rock to the human town and get it dressed. Get you dressed.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the 3 goblins heft this rock and leave a mewling demon baby in a pile of like rags and rot
Yeah, muddy.
and head over to the out of camp through
Yeah.
like a small clearing
Yeah, I would assume that the human camp or human village is outside the gates of war,
yeah, I
right?
think
It's
it's
not
like
inside
sort of in
the
a
camp.
maybe it's in like a DMZ.
Yes, exactly. So
Mm.
we have to make our way through the gates of war to the south with this rock.
I think they're just open and we just run through.
That makes perfect. I mean, that's easy enough.
I think we have a separate door.
Yeah. So off we go. So we get to the edge of this human village. I think that's where we'll start. Yeah.
Mhm.
So we have this rock
we
that
have
we're
the
all
weights
carrying.
of gore that we go through.
It's taken us a good while. We were just like our arms are really tired. We're sweating from carrying this
Oh.
rock for like a couple miles.
Oh, I'm very thirsty.
It's a good thing I'm wearing my tank top. There's water in your armpits.
Ooh, armpit water. Can I have some of yours?
Sure.
Mm.
I got a plan. I'm gonna try something.
Oh, okay.
Okay, here goes. And my guy starts crawling towards a window that's been left open. There's like some laundry on the line. Jumps to climb in this window. Just kind of is going to jump into this window.
Yeah.
So I'll need to roll for this.
Let's see how this goes.
I think it'll leverage the dream to get to the highest point and look out. They just
That's
like to
true.
climb
That's up
stuff.
Ooh.
Okay. Injury.
Spew's dead.
Spew goes wow, leaping through the window and lands on the other side into a bin full of like recently polished swords.
Yep. Yep.
He just leapt into the back of the blacksmith's house.
Yes.
His wife has just polished all these swords.
Yes.
He's impaled on them, and you just see this little green guy jump through a window going wah, and then wah.
Spew. Spew. Oh, those are clothes. I recognize them. These are definitely baby clothes.
Oh, baby clothes. That's right. We need
And
clothes.
Vindaloo points to like the full body like long johns with like the trapdoor.
Okay.
These are definitely human clothes.
Oh.
Definitely baby clothes.
What's that underneath it? Is that an animal? That's maybe sleeping. What is that? Is that a bear?
That's a furry rock.
Furry rock. Oh.
It's like moss, but fur. It's
I
dry.
have moss on my head. See, I have moss
Sure.
mohawk.
Well, it's much like that.
Well, maybe we should put the rock we brought with the moss rock.
Okay.
Maybe they'll talk to each other while we get the clothes.
That seems like that would happen.
And the Nox Squishy, the next in line
Yep.
here, who's allergic to mud, helps you lift this rock.
Oh,
Carry it.
knocked.
Hey.
We're going to carry the rock over to this sleeping dog, I guess, that's there.
Furry rock.
The furry rock, what we've termed as a furry rock, what is actually like a half wolf, half dog.
All right,
Sort of-
who's taking an action here?
I think Jib. Hey!
Victory.
Victory. Yeah, so Jib, with help, of course, of Nox, Vindaloo, thank you. Nox, Vindaloo, and Jib, we're sort of like straining with this rock as we sort of bring it over there. And it's like we've carried this a long way already, and we're pretty tired. And we're just ready to be done with this. And so we sort of like bring the rock over there and then just like heft it down. We don't put it down carefully. We just sort of drop it. And of course, we drop it on the furry rock because
so that they can
yeah.
kiss.
I mean, they're going to kiss and be together. And we're very surprised when the rock we brought seems to squish the furry rock, or maybe with a surprised yelp from the rock, the furry rock, the moss rock. The stench of sort of blood and bile starts to sort of come out from it. That's when I sort of drop to my knees and start eating the furry rock, stuffing it in my mouth. Ooh, it's tasty too. Tastes just like candy rock.
I will get this baby clothes.
Go
Nom, 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 nom.
and reach up. It's up a little bit higher, but luckily I have enormous feet and I'm very good at jumping. I can't reach, so I will jump. Victory! And I fall down.
Ooh. So you failed and you got a victory. So what is that? You take a wound, I guess?
That is 1 HP. But I have acquired these baby clothes.
Hooray, these baby clothes.
Ooh, you got the clothes. Good. And I found another dog's tail. Fresh.
I think I come down directly on like one of the bones that you've
Yeah,
just like
totally.
set aside.
Totally, yeah.
This is like my foot is impaled.
Yeah, you impale your foot on some dog bones.
So we've snuck into the human town.
Yep.
And now we have to.
But our complication hasn't keyed yet. Maybe we want to do that for just...
So this comes in before we do that. Ancestral heirloom.
is magic, and it's very bad magic. So one of our
Ooh.
ancestral heirlooms is very bad magic.
My heirloom is very bad magic.
Okay, so how does that complicate?
As I'm eating this furry rock, this dog, my plunging stick begins to sort of vibrate, and this sort of arcane rune begins to glow on it. And as it glows with this sort of angry, hellish light, the furry rock, the dog, begins to get back up as it is zombified. Sort of a zombie dog. Well, half a zombie dog, I guess, since I was eating it. You died, John. I got a victory, and you got one victory and one failure. So we've snuck into town, basically, at this point.
And we're still in the like find enough baby clothes stage, right?
Right. So we found some baby clothes, maybe, but not enough. Is that the zombie dog, as you return back to the ground, Vindaloo, bites onto the clothes and sort of rips them in half, or just like just starts tearing them up, basically.
Vindaloo, who is a sartorialist at heart, sees this furry rock trying to start biting people, quickly uses their ancestral heirloom, the darning needle of wizard fashion, to sew the long johns into a sort of muzzle, this rock's face.
Close the face! Close the rock's face!
Aha!
Is that
something bad,
success and something
but
bad?
a success.
Okay, what is the something bad?
We definitely don't have these clothes anymore.
Hmm.
And the next person gets a -1 on their rules. I think, Nox goes,
I think the Spoo is onto something, but
He's on a rock.
no, he's
A
through the
furry rock.
window.
What?
Spews
Ew.
through the window.
Oh, that Spoo. I already forgot about him.
Yeah, that was days ago.
I felt like it.
So I'm thinking, I won't jump through the window. I'm gonna climb up top on it and then look carefully in to see if there's a baby.
You do like to go look at things. That makes sense.
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna try and ride this rock.
Good luck with that.
all right, so we're gonna roll and see what happens. As Nox climbs up the window to look into this room. So just as like Nox gets up on the window and like carefully balances,
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey guys, look!
Oh, he made it.
Whoa, hey! Look,
Do it down.
look how high up I am.
It's so high up.
like just as he's noticing that,
How's the air up there?
the blacksmith's wife comes in, with an infant cradled in her arm, like into the kitchen or into this like this room, and is like, "What in the hell?" That's what she sounds
Yep,
like.
makes sense.
And
I thought that was the baby.
throws a rolling pin at Nox,
Nice.
knocking him out of the window.
Knocking Nox out.
And goes, "There are goblins in here." That's the bad thing.
Ooh.
That's not good.
Well, Jib is sort of watching all this. The mossy rock has been muzzled, thankfully, so it's not biting us anymore. We even dropped a rock on the mossy rock, but it got up again. So now it's an undead mossy rock, but it's been muzzled.
What did you see, Nox?
Yeah, what was up there?
Nothing good.
Is there a wizard in there?
Nothing good.
Jib's gonna take his 2 dog tails that he has in his hand, He's going to try and leap onto the undead dog and use the dog tails to whip it almost like a riding crop.
Mhm.
2 riding crops, double riding crops
To make it go fast.
to make it go faster inside
Go into the house.
into the house. Maybe even jump through the window itself.
All right. That's a good thing, which
That's a
gives
good
a plus
thing,
1 to the next roll.
And a failure, huh? The dog leaps through the window just fine. But much like Spoo lands in a crate of sharpened swords. So the undead zombie dog is impaled and just done. And I get a little scratched up.
You like go tumbling.
Yeah,
forward
but I go tumbling into the room. Exactly. So I'm sort of splayed out now on the floor
feet of the
at the
blacksmith's
feet
wife.
of the blacksmith's wife and the baby. Exactly.
Jib.
Oh, there's a baby in here.
Hot dog! Hot dog!
Knox has like fallen out of the window and gotten mud all over his
Mm.
face, and so now like pustules are forming
Oh no.
all over his face,
Yes.
and he's like running in circles, screaming.
It burns! It burns the mud! It's so bad for me!
You're on fire, obviously. Burn the house down with your face.
Okay!
And Knox is basically like is running around the house at this point and runs towards the door
Mm-hmm.
and is going to try to like smash in the door with
Yes.
himself and burn the house down.
Yes.
Burn the house down with
Pustule
your
his,
burning
burning
face.
pustules.
Mm-hmm.
So defining feature. So that's a victory
Yep.
and an injury.
And-
Okay.
Yep.
I'm like running towards the thing,
Running
screaming.
towards the door.
And the blacksmith's wife is like, filthy goblins everywhere. And she's trying to get away from you.
From
She's
me.
come in and like opens the door.
Mm-hmm.
I run headlong into her and my pustules burst.
Oh.
And she goes, ah! And drops the baby.
Yep.
Oh no, she drops it on me.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
what happens.
Yeah.
The baby, like I cushion the baby's blows. It's a very heavy baby.
It's a
And it
blacksmith baby. It's a
and
baby
My
blacksmith.
my cranium is compromised by pustules, and it just staves my head in.
That's right. Your cranium is really brittle because of all those pustules.
Oh.
So
or
I,
soggy, I
Side
guess.
effect
is
of
the
blood
best.
so
allergies.
Knox is just like looks like
Ah.
through the swollen puffy eye, like looks up as a baby falls down onto him, crushing him.
Nice. I'm on the ground. I'm going to get up and grab this baby and run away.
Let's get out of here. Let's get the hell out of here.
Yep. Jib runs forward, dog tails in hand, and is able to grab the baby, clothes and all, rushing out of the blacksmith's.
She's been raising a ruckus. Though,
Yeah, she's
and-
raising a ruckus.
And her neighbors are like, "What the hell, Maurice? Why are you making so much noise?"
Ugh, goblins!
So the village is alert.
Oh no.
Jib, I have an idea. Hold still and bend over.
Ah! I do exactly that.
Okay. Vindaloo is going to use its enormous feet to try and kick you out of the village.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a boost and get you out of here.
I'm ready!
Ah!
Ooh.
So that's a
All right.
victory and bad things.
And something bad happens.
Yay.
Okay. Vindaloo boots you, like it sends you over the wall
Yep.
and safely tumbling into some nice patches of moss outside.
Mhm.
But I have stubbed my ingrown toenail,
Ooh.
and now I'm very slow.
Oh no! I look up and I see not Knox, but his
Yeah,
brother, who's the next
lifting
one?
lifting the glove that can hold it all. The one glove to hold it all is
One glove to hold-
Ojo,
Nice.
and he says, "It's time. Let's cheese it." He is musically inclined.
Yes, he is. He has one big eye.
Big eye. So I believe we've complete like we
We have one more.
all rush out of town. I think we got because we just got the other victory
Yeah.
here.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Yeah. So we
Cool.
with a baby in tow,
yeah we rushed out of
we
town.
like rush out of town.
Let's go!
You're
Wait,
limping
what
along.
about our rock? Let's not forget the rock. Oh, I guess we have to leave it behind.
What
Oh,
rock?
I love that rock.
What rock?
We'll never forget that rock.
It was a really, really cool rock.
What rock are we talking?
To all those rocks we had to leave behind.
Bye, rock.
So we get back to the
we,
village
we head back to the war camp. Through the gates of war.
with a mewling human baby child in swaddling clothes.
The mewling Vindaloo who has a severely stubbed his ingrown toenail.
Okay, so
These clothes won't stop crying.
how are we supposed to get it unholy enough for this reunion.
Well, let's go find the baby. Is it still in the mud?
I don't know.
No, I'll find it later. We gotta get these clothes.
Should we go to the Black Tower? It's pretty cursed there.
We want cursed clothes?
We got to do something bad to him.
Bad?
Cursed clothes are definitely a wizard thing.
Okay, wizards.
They're definitely a wizard thing.
Linda knows wizards.
I do. Wizard fashions, in particular. My ancestral heirloom is this needle. It's a darning needle of wizard fashion.
Yes, mine is the plunging stick.
And you have to sew cursed runes into clothing.
Oh, we need to...
But I don't know any cursed runes, so we have to go find some cursed runes.
Okay, wizards.
Yeah, let's go.
Wizards have cursed runes.
Okay.
Let's go find a wizard.
So we make our way to the tower.
Yeah, we're heading heading towards the cursed, or rather the Black Tower, the evil tower where the wizards reside. And are we going to make our way through the unquenchable fire pits or through the magical explosion testing grounds?
I feel like maybe we could use some of the runes in the testing grounds.
Yes, there have to be runes in the testing grounds. Okay, let's go there with the baby.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, two of us. So two of us are sort of carrying the baby around. I have like a very noticeable sword gash in my forehead that is weeping sort of green blood at this point,
Ooh,
sort of gumming up my left eye.
it's okay. You've got 2 more.
Yeah, I've got 3 eyes, so I got 2 more. We're going that way, and I am looking for these runes. I want to find them
Okay.
as we're going into
Minefield.
the magical minefield. Exactly, the magical explosion testing grounds. My third eye, though, helps me out here as I'm looking for them. As I succeed, rather, I take an injury. So I'm like, there they are! And I'm running towards the runes. I'm pointing them out to you guys. It looks like a cracked obelisk, basically. It looks like it's made out of sort of this reddish basalt. It looks like it's almost cracked in two, almost as if a lightning has struck it. So part of it is sort of hanging out, but the other part is still standing upright, and there's some runes on it that seem to be flickering and glowing. And as I rush forward, pointing it out to you guys, I step on runes and explode.
And
I just vapor. I'm just vaporized.
Your stick flips through the air, falls behind us where it's picked up by.
Exactly. By Gimlet. Gimlet's defining feature is that he is a cyclops, or everyone thinks he is, but he does actually still have 3 ears. But yeah, he's just got a really big one eye and 2 really tiny other eyes. People think that they're his dimples, but they're actually eyes. He also is wearing a cape that he has made from the skin of something. He's not sure what it is. He thinks it's a skin. And he's also wearing shoes. The shoes most resemble Kleenex boxes. So he's wearing Kleenex boxes for shoes.
Nice.
And he has like a sort of like this sarong on, like a dress skirt sarong. So he's got
I
a
love
cape.
your style, Gimlet.
Yeah.
He says, "Thank you. I'm very interested in fashion."
So Ojo, in his bathrobe and underwear, strikes up and goes,
I have a sense of what we could do here. Perhaps the best way to get a sense of the rune is a rubbing. Let me see this, baby.
and he
The path is now clear, thanks to Jib.
and he hefts the baby and like takes some like dirty charcoal that was just like stuffed in his underwear.
He's like, come on, you baby.
And he uses the glove to hold, so he
yeah,
can like
very
hold.
nice.
the
Can
baby,
I
'cause
say
it's
I
a-
just love that Ojo is like Truman Capote almost?
Come on, you baby.
and Ojo just struts up to the past the scattered
The
giblets
scattered-
that are all that remained of
The
Jib.
scatter chunks.
Yeah, so using his one glove to hold it all, to hold the baby up as he goes to rub charcoal on the rune and then press the baby
Up
against
against it. Yep, makes sense to me.
Oh my.
Ooh.
So Ojo flinches as the baby grabs his ear and
Nice.
pulls it off.
Off.
Indeed.
And
Ooh.
and again he's just so distracted.
He pulled it off. And the baby took the magic with it.
Yeah.
All that luck.
Ojo flinches at this, drops the baby right by the obelisk,
This baby's been
totters
dropped
back,
so many times.
and steps onto another room. And but it goes like a magical click, but it says click,
Click,
like a little wizard voice,
Mhm.
click.
click.
Click?
And he lifts his foot to look at what he stepped on, and a pillar of fire shoots like 40 feet in the air.
Oh.
And then there's nothing but ash off to the sides with a hand still in, like part of his arm still in it, is the glove.
Yes.
That's when Bog, the stealthy Bog
Yes.
Squishy, comes up to pick up the glove that Ojo dropped.
Gimlet, Plugfinger is also there, but sort of just grabbing the stick and sort of looking at what's going on.
Vindaloo is going to go and get on tiptoes and use the ash that's left over from Ojo to kind of like copy the rune onto the cloth.
Yeah, the baby's
and then start
clothing.
embroidering the rune into the
Ah,
cloth.
yeah, with the
Yeah,
darning needle
yeah.
that he has, or the
And
the
I have
sewing
a
needle.
darning needle, and I'm a
Darn-
sartorialist, so this is definitely something I know how to do.
Okay.
Oh, right. Well, some very bad things happen as a result of this. As soon as I finish drawing the charcoal of the rune, it starts to glow a little bit. I'm like, this is real magic. This is definitely real magic.
Oh, it's casting magic like a
And as the first thing I do is like put the darning needle into, like stab it right in, and everything blows up.
What happens to the baby?
That's fine.
Oh, the baby's on the other side of it. It's
All right.
like a claymore.
Yeah.
Just
The,
blast you.
Yeah, exactly.
the explosion goes outwards,
Baby goes, "Mwah."
but it's safe now, obviously.
So
Or
what-
is it?
And what are the bad things that happen?
Oh, man.
2 bad things. And then that'll be -2 to the next roll.
God.
The bad things are that Vindaloo's leg warmers are left behind and have like started animating and have teeth now. So they're like little like
Ooh.
the Lovecraftian dugs. They're just
Mhm.
like little leg warmer shaped dugs that are like little worms that have teeth and are biting at everything.
Oh. Yeah, Gimlet Plugfinger has this plunging stick. We still are trying to get some magical runes, trying to desecrate these fucking clothes, right? Gimlet's going to try and do is rush up to the baby in the clothes and start just like banging it against the obelisk to try and imprint the runes into the clothes.
All right.
Yep. As I'm banging the baby into the obelisk, it grabs my head, and as I'm trying to force it forward, it's grabbed my head so tightly that I'm forcing my own head forward into the obelisk as I'm
Yeah, and
banging
it's like,
my own head. I'm banging my own head into the obelisk.
Baby
basically.
laughs.
Yeah, and like these big lumps, like goose eggs, start to sort of grow out of my head as I am quite bruised.
Oh no, you're allergic to babies.
No! And I drop the baby. Oh, I can't touch it.
Okay. That's when Bog goes,
It's time. Come here, baby.
and sneaks like up behind the baby, gets its big glove ready, and swipes at the baby to try to grab the clothes off the baby and spin it around. So stealthy
Stealthy.
glove,
glove,
and being a goblin.
goblin.
Bog goes,
Hey, baby. Hacha!
Nice.
the speed at which I pull the swaddling clothes off sends the baby sort of laughing and spinning out into the minefield.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm holding these swaddling clothes with their rune on them, and the baby steps on something, and we're just blasted with a spray of blood and bits.
Oh.
And it
Ooh.
just coats the swaddling clothes. So now the rune glows through it with even more intensity.
Yes, as all
And,
this blood is all over it.
And I've got 2 hands
that's
on
good.
it. I've got my glove on it, and then my other hand, which the swaddling clothes become, like as that rune burns hot, like the glove starts to turn red hot, and my other hand just burns
Goes
off.
up in flames. Ah!
And so I just kind of like go, ah, and hold the swaddling clothes with one hand
Oh dear.
as my other hand burns off.
All right.
Ouchie, 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 ouchie.
We did it. We did it. Back to the pits.
Okay. Ouchie. It's so hot.
What's hot?
The baby clothes.
Oh, okay. They look good.
I hope it's not too hot for the baby.
That's a demon baby. Don't they like hot?
Oh, yeah.
So we return to the
We
pits.
return to the pits, and Mushu is there.
Ah.
Of the Butterboots. Mushu of the Butterboots has some like curly hair and kind of like an animal print catsuit kind of thing going on. Mushu is like,
Thank goodness you're back. It's very important that we get this baby calmed down. And I don't know anything about babies or demons except that they bite.
In a good way or a bad way?
Oh, I haven't tried.
Hmm.
I assumed it was bad, but let me go check if it's good.
I'm going to use my scary attire and my goblinness to scare this baby into submission
And see if it bites you.
and see if
See
it
if it
bites me.
bites you. All right,
then-
now let's
and then
see what the.
And this is going to add another difference.
So the green pits are undermining the town and buildings are collapsing.
Yep.
Excellent.
So the goblin pits are undermining the buildings around them.
And
which
how
are
does that
collapsing.
complicate?
Oh,
uh,
well, All
right.
I'll include that as part of my narration
All
because
right.
I've got ideas. Mushu gets up on tiptoes on her enormous feet, goes to the demon baby. The whole place shakes.
Yes.
And the demon baby sort of looks startled and pays attention to Mushu. And then some manner of debris starts falling all over the place. And one clunks Mushu like right in the head.
Cool.
But at least the baby is paying attention
Yeah.
now.
Yes. The demon baby is paying attention.
Do you think? I don't know. What do we do with the baby?
I could try and use the wand on it. Mm.
Sure.
All right.
That worked with the mossy dog.
Yes, it did. Wait, what dog?
The rock.
And I take out my wand, point the wand at the baby. The baby is momentarily transfixed as this sort of stream of what looked to be,
Very bad magic.
I was going to say hellish imps are sort of spraying from it, almost like a cone of evil butterflies.
Cone of imps.
Yeah, cone of imps that are just
I like it.
exploding from this wand.
It is full of very bad magic.
It is. And so this cone of imps is like dancing around the baby.
Tickling it.
It's actually tickling it. It's laughing, having a great time until they turn on me and they consume me.
Oh no.
Yeah, the cloud of imps turns on me and consumes Gimlet.
Gimlet.
Okay. All right, baby. Shh. You had your tickle time.
So while the baby's being tickled and sort of not paying attention, Bog is going to use his stealth, jump on the baby's head and cover its eyes
Oh yeah.
so that it
Nice.
goes to sleep so they can do the work they need to do.
Nice, yes.
So Bog leaps on the baby and goes,
Watcha!
and gets it in like a sleeper hold, basically. The demon baby, like, it just doesn't even, it's not even paying attention. The nub of the burned off hand
Mhm.
goes in the baby's mouth and it just starts using it like a pacifier.
Yep.
So it's just like, because like the burned sort of
Oh, yeah.
sulfurous
Yeah, it's
dead
nice and
flesh is like just kind of like
soothing.
mom.
It's just like mom.
And so now
Mhm.
Bog's standing there with a demon baby suckling on its arm.
On his stump.
Like,
Arm
oh
stump.
no.
Arm stump.
This really hurts, guys.
Bog, just hold still.
All right.
The imps fly off as another goblin sort of walks up. It's Puke of
Hey.
the Plugfingers. Puke Plugfinger. Puke, his defining feature is that he has sharp teeth, very sharp teeth. He's also wearing a fake beard made out of grass. He's also wearing a black smock as well as Jesus sandals.
All right.
Sort of looks like a monk, oddly, like a friar.
Bog kind of looks at Puke coming up saying,
Hey, Pukey.
Oh, hey, Boggy.
How's it going?
and we just kind of are standing in these pits.
Your hand has really grown large. Your hand has hands and legs? Is that a tail coming out of your hand?
No,
It's
like-
definitely a tail.
I mean,
not completely my hand.
now you have like two big gloves on, it looks like.
Sort of, yeah. It does like a glove.
We have to get that baby dressed for the wedding.
Oh, yes. Yes, we do. Oh, hey, there's the plugging stick. And he walks over to the evil wand and picks it up.
And in his other like fist still, Bog holds the in a red hot glove,
Mm-hmm.
the like blood drenched, now like black with blood because the rune is like caked, like cooked these swaddling clothes.
Oh, my darning needle.
That's our We interrupt our story here and we'll resume in our next communique. I was one of your players, John Holt. You can find me on Twitter at Lord Joho and on Instagram at board_ghost. You can find my media recommendation and review podcast at newtoshow.com. And you can find my book club podcast at woundandstab.com. Ken, where can people find you?
You can find me, Ken Breese, at Burlingsbeard on Twitter and on Instagram, BERLINGS. Also, check out my website of the same name if you'd like to hire me to be your dungeon master. I run D&D and other games in the New York City area.
All right. And Tim, what about you? Where can people find you?
You can find me on the Twitters at Dice Food Lodging, or you can come and check out my company's other games at GalileoGames.com.
Awesome. So to learn more about the players and engine in our story, please visit boardghost.com. If you'd like to help contribute to the show and collaborate in us making it, you can go to our Patreon at patreon.com/boardghost. Right now, we should be having a Home by Dark exclusive how to play video going up right around this time. We just put up Follow a little while back, and you can get early access to both. Like basically, you get both halves of an episode on the week that the first half drops. You'll get some art and generally be part of a community and get an inline to chatting with us. Additionally, you can attempt to pierce the veil and contact us at Board Ghost World on Twitter. Shout out through the ether if you have desires we can fulfill. Leave reviews and comments on iTunes, your preferred listening portal. Take a moment to subscribe so you don't miss out on the latest episodes. And share the show with people. If you like story games and know someone who likes playing games or listen to people play games, go tell people about the show. We like to thank Pat Couples for our theme song and interlude music. You can find more about Pat at patcouples.tumblr.com or on his band's website, hotelsandhighways.com. If you're not alone in the void, share our stories. The more they are consumed, the truer they become.
If you'll agree with me.